Aries, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. It is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising zodiac signs. Always check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs because they're all expressions of you. If you want an even deeper reading, I always provide an extended. That link is right below in the description box, and I hope that you can join me for it. Aries, if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell and select all notifications so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Aries content comes out every single Thursday. If you want even more astrology and spiritual content, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, and I'll attach the link right above so that you can go join me over there as well. And if you want to join me for my live daily tarot card readings, please hop on over and find me on Instagram. Don't look any further than the description box below to find the link to my Instagram profile or the main page of this channel. You'll see the Instagram icon. Click on that. It'll take you right to me. You ready? Aries. Something's stalled. Feels like it's just not going anywhere. There's frustration here, like something's just not working out. No matter how hard you try, and you've been working very hard. This could also just be a sense of you've been working very hard and are starting to get exhausted because you're feeling like you're working very hard, but you don't see any results. You don't see any success, or you just don't feel like it's getting anywhere. However, that's not the case because we have the Ace of Chalices here. Now, this could also mean that because something in your work is frustrating you, or that you feel like your work is just kind of the grind. It's reached a point where it's just grinding and it's not really satisfying you that much anymore. And so you've kind of turned in some way to relationships to kind of get that thrill. And kind of get that thrill. There's definitely Ace of Chalices here. It could also mean that you're married to your work. You've been busting your butt lately. You really haven't been thinking of anything outside of work. Sometimes you just got to grind. Three of Wands is there are prospects on the horizon. You just got to hold out. You just got to keep going forward. It's going to take a lot of strength because I feel like at this point you kind of want to give up, or you're at that point of exhaustion. So Aries, keep going because there is so much on the other side of this exhaustion. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is clarity of thought, learning how to not take things so personally. Also, there could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, especially female in your life, usually over the age of 35. But don't quote me on that. It could be, But this is just this is energy of could be this air sign female here. That's ultimately your direction forward or your way forward. And that could also play into what I said previously, which is there's this kind of sense of if you're frustrated with something in your life, you're starting to put the focus more into moving forward, maybe with a relationship. This definitely is a person that helps you move forward, that helps you look into a direction that is it almost like plotting out your path. Maybe you're making plans with somebody to go somewhere, or they're helping you. But ultimately, I think this is all about moving forward, all about a sense of opportunities coming in if you have the strength to go in a different direction. And at this point, you're willing to look in that different direction because you're so frustrated with the direction that you're in now. However, there's not any sign of give up. There's just a sense of stay the course, but course correct. That kind of energy. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is being very protective or defensive of something. And then the King of Swords is here. So, wow, that's really interesting. There's two people here that are really, really good for each other, divine counterparts, but they're not really emotional. They're more strategically or intellectually really, really right for each other. Could be because somebody is sort of blocking their emotions, but you can feel this connection with somebody. I would say this, they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. Divine counterparts as well. I can't ignore that. That's the King and Queen of Swords, which is you're making really good decisions. You're making really good decisions. You're making really clear-minded decisions, or you're at a point in your life right now where you want to make clear-minded decisions. You want your decisions based on intellect. You just don't want to get all the other mucky stuff involved. But this Knight of Wands is sort of almost insisting upon it's almost, I gotta say, it's almost like I refuse to lose. That kind of energy. That's what it is. That's what's coming through for me. Okay. Follow the voice of your soul. Aries energy. This is coming out a little bit in the past. Hold the space. Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Interesting. We have David, hold the space. And then we have follow the voice of your soul. Aries, essentially what it's saying to you is, yes, you're right. Trust that, yes, you're right. That intuitively, you're correct. This is also a sense of, if somebody's defensive, it's like you're dealing with somebody, it's very frustrating. It's like you're dealing with somebody or some situation that keeps holding back from you even though you know they want it. And ultimately, you can't make somebody open up to you. But you can appeal to this person intellectually. In other words, put this on a playing field that is comfortable, right? And intellect is a comfortable playing field for the both of you. Intellect. This intellectual connection, through this intellectual connection, you will be able to get behind somebody's defenses. This could also be strategy. In terms of getting behind somebody's defenses, somebody has blocked you, somebody has, not blocked you, but put up defenses toward, right? A sense of if you cool yourself down and take passion out of it and take emotion out of it, and see this rationally, you'll find a way around this. It's a way of using your intuition and intellect to work together, to bypass some blockage. Take note of intuitive messages to help you move around something that is definitely blocking you, but this is not beyond your ability to get around. Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. I'm telling you that you're destined for this. Like, this is definitely, you know what you are meant to do. You are correct. And ultimately, Aries, don't believe this bullshit in your way. However, this bullshit in your way is quite frustrating. So the way to link into this truth of yours right now in this energy is to believe that it's infallibly yours number one. And then number two, figure it out, like intellectually figure it out. I got to get deeper into this reading. Aries, poise, you're ready, which is adding even more frustration. I feel like you almost want to punch somebody right now because you're definitely ready. You are ready. You are ready, 100%, to the sea. But your emotions are where you're going to get the, I just told you to block your emotions. That doesn't make any sense. You already have the answers inside of you. The sea is usually your emotions. It could be your psyche to get those answers. Why? Co-create. You're working toward working with somebody. This is definitely partnership because the Ace of Cups is here. You're questioning your feelings. That's what this means. Maybe you're questioning a partnership. Are you in the right one? Maybe that's what you're questioning. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. How many adjustments are you going to make to stay where you are? It's up to you. You can adjust your whole life for the rest of your life. That's fine. But how many more adjustments are you going to make? Ultimately, there's just this sense of you already know what's true, but ultimately aren't reacting to that. It's interesting because Libra got very much the same energy 2 weeks ago. And it's very detrimental to everything that they are, of course, and now you're getting it. Not as powerfully detrimental, however. Are you using your mind or are you using your heart to make your decisions? I think you're using your mind. And scrap what I said in the beginning of the reading. That's a stupid decision. Because ultimately, you are passion. Why aren't you letting your passions guide you? Trusting your passions. There has been basically, that's the defensiveness. It's like, I'm not letting, maybe there's fear. You have to tackle your fear of this. I can't trust my passions. I can't trust my inclinations. I can't trust it. That's not true. And deciding to not trust it has led to, I think, a repeated bout of I'm not satisfied. Because you're making decisions with your head. All intellectual has to make sense. And you're almost like about to burst. You already know the answers to these questions. Because they're already in your heart. There you go. Yeah, this is very guarded, or somebody that you're dealing with is very guarded. They have a lot of shit that they're holding on to. Even though beautiful stuff wants to come through for them, their emotions are bogging them down. Oh my God. I keep just wanting to scream. Will you somebody just tell them? Somebody tell somebody. Say it. Stop keeping all of this bottled inside. This is so stupid. The decision to sort of torment yourself, torture yourself. This decision to just keep it all in. Or keep yourself trying to make something work that just doesn't feel right. This is the house. This is 4th house. The moon is in Cancer as I'm doing this reading. That's really interesting. 4th house energy. Moon. Something to do with the home. Something to do with what you consider home. What you feel is home. You're making something work right now, even though you want something else. I just can't figure out why. You're kind of like, that's where you are. You're making something work right now, even though you don't really want to. Even though you know that you already know that you want something else. Desiring something else, reaching for something else, wanting somebody else. This may not be you. It could be somebody that you're dealing with too. Why? Why do people do this? I don't fucking know, Aries. I really can't answer that question. It's fear. It's fear. If you know, whatever this desired, the really desired one is, they don't fit the mold, right? So ultimately there's just a sense of, I can't want it. I know that I want it, but I can't want it. What does that even mean? Like if you pull yourself, but what is I can't want it? Shut the fuck up. There's want or not want. You want it or you don't want it. You want it. And they're kind of like, wishy-washy. Passion ignited, rejoice in celebration. Could be a third-party situation that you're dealing with, which is why there's just this, there's this sense of like, I feel guilty if I want something. Also a sense of going out and celebrating. And it could even be that now, in this climate, interestingly enough, an situation, you're going to meet the person that you realize, oh, I shouldn't have settled because that's not that. I don't feel when I'm around them. I'm actually excited. What I'm saying is, it looks like either you're in a relationship or a job where you fucking settled because you thought it was as good as you could get. You looked really long and hard about, you looked all over the place, and you finally got a yes, and so you took it. But that's not honoring your heart. Right? So you're in an situation right now. And it's going to be up to you to get out of it by acknowledging, oh, I really want this. I can feel it. It's happening within this week, probably over holidays, right? Rejoice. All of a sudden, you feel whole again. You feel complete. You feel like, okay, I'm excited about this again. I'm excited about something again. Material and spiritual prosperity. Love begins is in reverse. So it's almost like, it's either like your job is stagnated and your love life is really good, or your love life is really good and your job is stagnated. But ultimately, if you choose with your head about, it's like material and spiritual prosperity. It's so good. Oh, I understand. You don't want to even think about really falling in love with something. You want to think about pragmatic things that make sense, so that you can continue to have what you need to rely on, right? You need the money, you need the steady income, you need this, you need that. A sense of material and spiritual prosperity came when you got rid of the idea of love, because you're focusing on yourself, you're focusing on moving forward. All of a sudden, there's just a sense of something's bringing you back to life, something's making your heart beat, and you don't want to trust it. Now, is it another person? Could be. Could also be, you're really excited about an opportunity. You're really excited about a project. Whatever you're really excited about, your passion is ignited. You probably got introduced to this through friends or at a party, or it's like, a sense of, you feel good in a way that you are kind of like, I don't want to feel good that way. I don't want to feel those things again. But you're gonna. You're real. It's here. And ultimately, there's just a sense of, do I trust then? Sea of love. Do I trust this enthusiasm? Do I? Do you? Should Aries trust this enthusiasm? Awakening. Protection. This is a moon eclipse. And the ever unfolding rose. Oh, and we have a hidden card too. Awakening and transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Energetic upgrades. A new way of being. Integration. So you are alchemically shifting and changing. No wonder you're so uncomfortable. Let me read the rest of the cards to you and we'll dig deep in the extended. I hope that you guys can join me. The link is below. Check that out in my bio or the description box below. And remember to like this video and share it on your social media platforms. I'll talk to you soon.